P.T. Flea, says King Triton.
I consider myself a reasonable merman. I set certain rules, and I expect those rules to be obeyed.
Greetings and salutations, Who-Buppa-Doo, and how do you do? I am the great P.T. Flea! I'm in need of your assistance. Oh, it's just customer chasing. Look, I've been going from anthill to anthill. I'm looking for a bunch of circus performers. Have you seen them?
P.T. Flea, says King Triton.
Oh!
Wait a second. That's Staff Sergeant. No, I'm sorry. No, but I'm
P.T. Flea, says King Triton. I know what you think that you're doing to those warriors that way and to those ants that way, says King Triton. And I don't know what you're doing for those ants and everything that way, says King Triton crossly.
As a result of your careless behavior,
and reckless behavior,
the entire celebration
Of the ant colony
was
well, it was ruined. That's all. Completely destroyed. This concert was to be.
for Flick, said Sebastian, and his warriors,
The pinnacle of my distinguished career.
and especially for the princess and the queen and everything else.
No thanks to you, I am the laughingstock of the entire kingdom.
Because of you, flea ant, says Sebastian angriously.
Hey!
You'll probably want to get going. I guess you got a lot of other angles to check into, so bye.
Oh, guys, I've been looking all over for you. Flaming Death is a huge hit!
P.T. Flea, says King Triton.
Oh! I'm serious. Word of mouth got
I consider myself a reasonable merman.
On you, P.T. Flea, says King Triton. He was very crosser than ever.
I set certain rules, and I expect those rules to be obeyed.
But you break them as once.
It's true, you rescued a human.
And did you break Flick's life? And you tried to ruin his colony by his warriors and everything else? Says King Triton.
From drowning,
Daddy, I had to.
contact between the human world and the world is strictly forbidden.
P.T. Flea, you know that. That's not a good thing then ever.
The next day, there's a line of flies outside the tent. We're not forever. It must have been a foot long.
P.T., said King Triton.
Oh!
No.
I figured it out. You guys burn me twice a night. I take a day off to heal, and then we do it all over again. We'll be the top circus act in the business.
You mean you're not warriors?
Princess Atta,
Don't you take that tone of voice with me.
Princess Atta, don't you take that tone of voice on anyone else or against others to ruin Flick's colony. Do you understand?
Are you kidding? These guys are the lousiest circus bugs you've ever seen. And they're gonna make me rich.
P.T. Flea, said King Triton. I am not going to allow this at all because about this.
As a result of your careless behavior,
And reckless behavior.
the entire celebration was
Well, it was ruined. That's all. Completely destroyed. This concert was to be.
with Flick and me and everything else.
The pinnacle of my distinguished career. No thanks to you, I am the laughingstock of the entire kingdom.
You mean to tell me that our entire defensive strategy was concocted by clowns?
Thorny, said Sebastian. I don't like to hear about this, said Sebastian angriously, because now everything is ruined.
No thanks to you, I am the laughingstock of the entire kingdom.
Especially of PT Flea and everyone else. And even for this, Thorny, said King Triton, you must...
No! Hey, we really thought Flick's idea was gonna work.
See? Flick knows everything the best than normal. 'Cause I do then everything than normal. See? I knew that then before, said King Triton. He was cross. Don't worry, Flick. I'm sure we can all handle this together. 'Cause you're an Ant Island, and I'll do this.
Tell me this isn't true.
Princess Atta,
Don't you take that tone of voice with
on Flick.
me, young lady.
As long as you try to obey my rules that way, you will not do a thing on Flick that way, or you're out of here.
It's going to happen at a more inopportune time. The last leaf is about to fall.
We haven't collected any food for the grasshoppers.
If Harper finds out what we almost did.
Child,
Don't you take that tone of voice with me, young
All of you ants.
lady. As long as you live under my ocean, you'll obey my rule.
All of you, said King Triton to the ants. He got very crosser indeed.
Not another word.
Even, said King Triton,
And I am never to hear of you
to say a word on this, and especially,
going to the surface again. Is that clear?
said King Triton.
Hopper is not going to find out. We're going to hide all this and pretend it never happened. You bugs were never here, so I suggest you all leave.
Don't you take that tone of voice with me, young
Queen Ant, says King Triton crossly.
lady. As long as you live under my ocean, you'll obey my rule.
Or you're going to get busted for yourself that way from me.
The bird, the bird will work.
I knew that way with Flick, especially my tone that way with my crab Sebastian that way. And he knew everything with me.
I never thought I'd see the day when an ant would put himself before the rest of his colony.
Don't you take that tone of voice with me,
Or Flick, you stupid Queen Ant, said King Triton. Don't worry, Flick. I will handle this, said King Triton. Don't take that tone of voice that way, said King Triton to the Queen Ant.
young lady. As long as you live under my ocean, you'll obey my rule.
The point is, you lied to us.
No, he didn't, said King Triton. He's smart about that than ever. Because that way, he knew everything that normal. This is the last chance I'm gonna tell you this for all of your ants. This is gonna be the zap of my Triton on both of you.
As long as you live under my ocean, you'll obey my rule.
No. I just lied, Flick. You lied to her. You lied to the colony. You lied to me. And like an idiot, I believed you.
You too, Princess Atta, said King Triton. I do not want to hear a word that way, or else the Triton is on you.
You take that tone of voice with me, young
Princess
lady.
Atta.
As long as you live under my ocean, you'll obey my rule.
I was just afraid. I got circus bugs. I just wanted to know. I want you to leave, Flick. And this time, don't come back.
No.
Said King Triton. He got crosser than ever.
Have you lost your senses completely?
You hurt Flick's feelings than ever.
He's a human. You're a...
He's an ant. You got tricked by P.T.
I
Flea.
don't care.
So help me, Ariel.
And so help me, Princess Atta. And you two, all of you ants, says King Triton.
I am going to get through to you.
And that is it, says King Triton.
And if this is the only way, so